So, thank you for coming out tonight. Thank you for supporting Garden of Eden. And thank you for supporting Pride. It's been a tough year, as I was saying earlier, and I'm really happy to be able to do this, have given the opportunity to do this. And of course, I'd like to thank Konstnärsnamnen for sponsoring this event. And I would like to thank all the people who have shared the event, all the people who have helped out behind the scenes, all the people who have been supporting all the other Garden of Edens as well. It means a lot. And a big thank you to all the artists who have put so much hard work into this performances. And I'm really impressed by all that you've done and the work that you've put in, and you all inspire me so much. So thank you. And I also like to say thank you for showing up. Thank you for coming out tonight, for the donations. Those donations are going to be split evenly between all the performers, so no worries about that. Also, I want to say, you know, I have been at a point where I'm not really sure, like, if I have the energy to keep doing burlesque, but it has been such an honor to have this community with you and to have this show with you. So just thank you so much for being here. And with that said, I want to go ahead and get started with the show. I can tell from the list, like, a lot of you have been to burlesque shows before, and if you haven't been to burlesque shows before, this one's a little different because, of course, we're online, but you can always, what I like to do when I want to show appreciation is I will type clap in the chat box. I will Control A to select all, Control C to copy, and then Control V, Control V, Control V, Control V. And there's a clap, 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 clap. That's how I do it. I'm sorry I don't have Swish, but maybe we can figure something out, like, after the show. Like, maybe you can Swish me and then I can, like, split it up and send it to everyone. I think that can work. But yeah, you can always, like, make happy comments or kind comments in the chat box. I like to see them. The other performers are in the chat as well. So it does make us feel nice when we are appreciated for the hard work that we've done. So I would love to see that. We're going to go ahead and start the show right about now. Just so you know, there's going to be about 20 minutes of show, give or take. And I will try to keep it pretty quick so I don't take too much of your time. And then there's going to be a short little intermission, like 10 minutes max. Bathroom break, or if you want to go refill your beverage or take a smoke break. That's, a little break for you. And also I'm going to open up I'm going to mute everyone and we can chit chat, show each other's looks if you have your camera set up, all that fun stuff. And then we go back into the show, and that lasts another 15 minutes or so, and then we have the end. And then after the show, you are welcome to chat, ask questions from the performers, kind of like a intimate backstage thing. So are we ready? I want to see all kinds of comments inside the comment box. I'm looking nice and close. Are we getting those comments? Are they coming? I don't see them. Please, 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 please. Okay, there we go. Yes, thank you. Woohoo! Let's get the energy up. All right, so as we know, Pride is definitely a time of celebration, but also it is a time to appreciate and to honor. So I want to take a moment to honor and appreciate those who have come before us, not just people who have performed on stage, but also the people who have been our uh, people who have been our guardians of pride, the starters of pride. So I like to take this moment to dedicate to them. Today, I come before you in gratitude for the path that has been forged ahead of me. I come before you grateful, proud, and ready to take on the work that needs to be done. I come before you thankful for the work that has already been done. And I ask you once again for your protection, for your guidance, for your wisdom. I offer you these gifts. I offer you my service. And I offer you my eternal gratitude. And I promise to continue forging the path that you have started so that others behind me may find their way as well. Thank you. Thank you all for being present for this. I know it is a heavy subject and that it is kind of hard to hear, but it's something that I feel grateful to be able to walk this path and be who I am today. So I always say thank you. And the candles in the offering are still burning. They're still happily safe in my little corner. So thank you for being here with me for that. And so earlier I mentioned that we had a sponsor from Kanzler Schnamsen. And, you know, in these modern times, we have to reach out to sponsors to be able to, we have to be able to survive as independent artists. So I do have some other sponsors that would like to have a word with you. So the first of those sponsors I will be presenting to you now.
Hey, what's up? I'm Satan, Prince of Darkness. While some may call me the father of lies, the truth is the gates of hell will always be open for you. Unlike other afterlife destinations, no matter what your sexual orientation, or gender expression, you will find a warm welcome in hell. So, I'd like to take this moment to say to you, from my family of demons, hellhound, and eternally damned souls, to yours, happy Pride. It's one of my favorite sins after all.
Happy Pride from Hell, celebrating an eternity of diversity.
So thank you to Satan there for sponsoring our Pride event. Next up, we're going to have one of the performers who I worked with before, and this performer is bringing like an unusual set of skills to the stage, to the virtual stage for us tonight, and is coming to us today all the way from Croatia. So Matthew Black is a shibari rope artist and performer who was actually at the Garden of Eden last December, and I'm very happy to have this performer come and share with us again another beautiful and thoughtful rope art. So without further ado, I am going to present to you Matthew Black. Matya, for that wonderful performance. Very moving. So I'm hoping you're all enjoying so far. I've been having a good time. I've got to see all the performances beforehand, so I kind of know what's in store, but it's been really great to watch them all again. And I hope that you're enjoying as well. I'm gonna read through the comments a bit because I like to see what people are saying. So I'm gonna scroll up a little. Oh, I'm really glad that you're loving it. Thank you. And lots of claps. That's so awesome. Thank you. And yes, Matya, it was really wonderful to have you here, and thank you for the hard work that you put into that. All that rope, how many meters of rope was that? Awesome. So thank you all so much. It was really fantastic to have that performance. So now we're going to move on to the next performer. So the next performer is from Sweden, and our next performer is also a poet. I like having a variety of entertainers and creatives in a cabaret. I think it brings a bit of interest and a bit of variety that is always welcome. So our next poet is coming to us from here in Sweden, an Afro-Swedish poet. And they will be, she will be reciting a short poem for us tonight. So as I prepare the video, get ready to make lots of claps and a round of applause for the next short poem that we're presenting by poet K. Boom.
This poem is called Jenny Said, after Jenny Holzer. Jenny said, "Protect me from what I want." I heard her but listened only in the abstract way of someone who had begun to enjoy her pain. But then another woman left me low in the loam, and the bones of this poked me in soft places. Anticipating my ruin, I shouted, I shouted, I shouted, "Protect me from what I want." I knew the things I wanted. They came in bright light loops and latched around me. They came under me and over me. They came, they came, they came. I didn't. I plotted mutiny against moons, my ruling planets. I was Earth for Earth, but Mount Ararat was far, and I far too weak to reach it.
So let's give applause for that poem by poet K. Boom. We have another short poem coming from her later on in the evening. And yeah, I'm sorry about the sound. I will try to adjust. And I think maybe if I do this again, I should have closed captions actually. How do people in the audience feel about closed captions? I think that would be something I should add to make it more accessible for people. Yeah, so I think I'm seeing that, yes, people would like closed captions. Yeah. I don't know if I can do Swedish ones, but it can be a nice, challenge to myself. So yeah, but definitely in English for sure. But maybe I could also do Swedish as well. Because I think there is a way where you can have both, and then the person can like click and choose which language. So that would be fantastic if I could do that. All right, so we're moving along. We're going to have our last performer for this half of the show. We're gonna move into our intermission, and then we're gonna move back into the final half of the show. Ooh, another vote for closed captions, awesome. So our next performer, I think we all know and love, yes, I can't help but love her. She is one of our favorite aerialists and burlesque dancers and contemporary dancers, and is an all-around fantastic person. I'm very happy to call her my friend. The amazing Harley Quinn has brought to us tonight an aerial hoop act that is specifically made for Pride. So, without further ado, I would like to present to you. I would like to present to you the fantastic Harley Quinn. All right, everyone, give it up for Harley Quinn. Nice round of applause. That was fantastic and so inspiring. And I can imagine it took a lot of years of practice and consistency and just showing up and doing the work to become that skilled. I mean, you have talent and skill, and that's a perfect combination, right? So far, we have had so many great performances. We've had the lovely, beautiful, moving Shibari art performance by Matthew Black, who has built all these structures of rocks and rope and nature, and it's really gorgeous. Then we had poet K Boom share a moving and thoughtful, thought-provoking poem with us. And then finally we had Harley Quinn come and show her skills of aerial hoop and also a flag. So now we're going to have a short intermission, about 10 minutes. It's 10:04 now, so let's say 10:15 we come right back. So you have a chance to run to the powder room or to the bar to grab a beverage of your choice. I will be grabbing a beverage myself, but I'm going to unmute everyone so we can all chat and talk and hang out in the comments, and I will start the show again at 10:15. Oh, 10:15 my time. I don't know what time it is out wherever you are. If you're in another time zone, please let me know. A short word from our next sponsor.
Only demons. Join us now. Only demons. The hottest demons in hell. Find them tonight on Only Demons. Join us now. Only Demons. Find exclusive pics and videos right on your phone. Only Demons. Join us now. Only Demons. Witness live virtual torment. Only Demons. Join us now. Only Demons. Only Demons has the hottest demons in hell.
Thank you again to our sponsor, Only Demons. I had like way too much fun making these silly commercials. Someone should hire me to be a marketing agent or something, because that was just too much fun. But anyways, if you haven't caught on by now, yes, I've been making these silly little demon-themed sponsorship ads. I just thought it would be kind of fun to poke fun at the whole like gay people are going to hell thing. So why not have hell sponsor Pride? But anyway, so now that we've lightened the mood up a little bit, let's go back to our poetry. I'm excited to share the second poem from our Swedish poet, K Boom, who has shared a second short poem with us tonight. And I will be sharing that now.
This poem is called Peach. You are the soft fuzz on a peach. I sink in my two front teeth. I'm sliding, I'm sighing, I slip through a hole here where time is stretchy and thin, land supine at your feet. There is a pit in my stomach, not the heart of a cherry. You push lightly on my chest, surely and then harder. Slim lines waver between what feels good and what I'd rather. You are unsure and I am not certain. You take me out into the garden and put me out of my misery. I cry just enough to make it seem hurtful. If you care, you take care to hide it.
So let's get another round of applause for our poet, K Boom. And now we're going to move along to the next performer for tonight. And the next performer tonight is also a poet and drag artist. And I'm very happy to call this performer my friend as well. We met in the Los Angeles goth scene, and this performer has a lot of different amazing skills, including art, poetry, and recently started doing drag, which I have been very happy to see. And they are also putting on an all Indigenous, Pacific Islander, and First Nations drag show on July 9th. So if you'd like more information about that, I will be sharing in Beguiling's Instagram later, so you can find the flyer and find more information about that. So without further ado, I would like to present a very moving and touching piece by In Beguiling.
Some days there is hope and strength in the notion of global liberation from nation states. Some days there is the totality of collective pain each of us knows we're holding, but are unable to set down. Sometimes it is spoken. I'm interested in how we sustain ourselves when the odds are so against us that if our lives were gained, which they are to settler colonialism, they are coming up. I'm interested in how we sustain ourselves when the odds are so against us that if our lives were gained, someday are coming up, they are to settler coming into your bridges. I was told on that bright summer day. Carrying one would never choose to play it. Intergenerational trauma, and wondering if there is room to We'll cross that bridge. We are that bridge. Making an offering at the bridge of my body. Those young ones, they are already here. They are coming up, born into the role of carrying PTIS, intergenerational trauma, and wondering if there is room to feel what is uniquely theirs. Weighed down as they are by carrying, holding, bridging. We are bridges, I was told, on that bright summer day, surrounded by sheltering trees, cousin wisdom made plain, as truth often is. The pattern of sexual violence, fostering syndemic conditions, no reprieve from interrupted timelines, and the naturalization of social hierarchy. Some days there is hope and strength in the notion of global liberation from nation states. Some days there's the totality of collective pain each of us knows we're holding, but are unable to set down. When our capacities are always low and we do not wish to burden each other, processing trauma becomes a strange endeavor. You ask, "How are you?" I want to respond with, "I cried for a few minutes over ongoing genocide and state-sanctioned violence against Indigenous queer and trans bodies, but I can't cry for too long or I risk tapping into that great well of grief which is never ending." Sometimes it is spoken, sometimes it is just worn. I am interested in how we sustain ourselves when the odds are so against us that if our lives were a game, which they are to settler colonialism, then one would never choose to play it. These refrains are established. You talk to me of titration, of processing grief in short spurts, so as not to be dragged under by it. But there is no model for the well that is always being filled from underground aquifers. I know it is a disservice to give young people the two-spirit version of, "It gets better." I know it is also a disservice to leave them with no hope. To reconcile these extremes, we must hold both of them. They are constant companions vying for space. I think of my grandmother and her guidance, her hands which had to carry so much. so I can carry on a little longer.
Thank you so much for that. That was incredibly moving. I'm almost like gonna cry. It's just such a moving statement. And I don't know if you were able to join us for the Instagram live that I had with In Beguiling a few days ago, where we actually did get a chance to discuss how we weave together our cultural history and our art and the line that we take with that. And it was a very, very fulfilling and soul nourishing conversation. So if you have time to watch that interview that we did, it's still up on my Instagram. I just left it in the IGTV. So like you can totally check it out. I'm at Eden Loss. And it was a very good conversation. It wasn't a very long interview. It was like 20, 25 minutes. So yeah, just like take a moment when you have a chance, maybe later this week to check it out. And then of course also in Beguiling, his show is coming up with the All Indigenous, All First Nations, Pacific Islander drag show, which I'm super excited about. And I also want to commend you. You are a beginner drag artist and you are really going for it and you're doing fantastic. I am excited to see what else you come up with. And I'm really glad that I could have you on my show. Like, I'm really just so happy that we could do this transatlantic, like 5,000 miles away show. It's like really, I'm just so happy and grateful that you could join us and that you could share with us your experience in that really beautiful piece. All right, so I've been talking a lot and I'm going to take a quick sip of something. Okay, so now that we have had our lovely poetry, I think it's time for a final word from one of our sponsors, because we are coming to the end of the show pretty soon. So I think we will take a word from our sponsors and then we will have our final act. I know it is the end. No. But I think we can just hang in there and take our last sponsor's word and then have our final act. Are y'all ready? I need to see some comments. I want to see them. See the comments? All right, so we are ready to go. Let's do this.
Start off your day on the right hoof with a fresh cup of coffee. Angel Tears Hell Roasted Coffee. Bold, full-bodied flavor with a hint of the internal suffering of God's fallen elite. Each bean painstakingly infused with genuine angel tears as they are fire roasted in the deepest pits of hell. Delicious. Angel Tears. Nothing tastes sweeter. Try our new Pride Edition, made with 100% gay angels.
I'm so sorry, and I'm so corny. But I'm glad that you love it, and I'm sitting here laughing at my own jokes like I didn't write them. But yeah, I definitely needed that laugh, and I think we all need a good laugh right now. So I'm glad that you love my cheesy, corny sponsorships. And I'm glad that I can see the smiling faces in the gallery view. That makes me feel better about myself. So yes, nice cup of angel tears coffee, hell roasted coffee. So that brings me to the very last performance of tonight. And I saved this performance for last because when I got the video and I downloaded the video, it brought me out of this funk. I just have been in this awful funk. And it's understandable, right? We have the corona, and then there's been the protests, and just seeing trauma porn all up and down my social media feed, which I have to be on because of, doing what I do. So I got this video, and it instantly just, after watching it, I just instantly felt buoyant. I felt, just I just was able to smile, and it was so, it was just uplifting, and it was fun, and it was exactly what I think we all need. So I want to see some claps in the comments. Where are the claps? Show me the claps. I need the claps. Where are they? Show me the claps in the comments. I want attention. I missed the stage. I need attention. Excellent. So now that you have all given it to me, I'm going to forward the claps to the fantastic duo that is actually a couple in real life, and it's so adorable and cute. And I had them last February for the Black History Month show. The lovely Jada Love and the fantastic Romeo de la Cruz are coming back once again with another stellar performance for us tonight. So give it up one more time for them.
It couldn't happen. It wouldn't happen. But for the sake of illustrating some constructive and destructive ways of handling marital conflicts, let's suppose that there's an argument going on at the Adams house and that there's an identical argument going on at the same time over at the Canes. Let's listen in on both couples for a moment. First, the Canes.
It's only money. Let's just throw it all away.
It's only a budget. It's not sacred.
Not with you around.
Me? Who does all the scraping and scrounging to keep us on that precious budget? I suppose it was you who shopped in 4 different grocery stores.
What can I do for you, sir?
I want a lipstick. You heard me.
Oh, yes, sir. What shade?
Any color as long as it's red.
Well, we have a vast assortment of shades.
I take pepper red.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Anything else?
What new face powders you got?
Well, we have been selling a lot of this Andre number 3.
I take a box. And one of these combs. And a card of bobby pins. And a bottle of this hand lotion. And mascara. A jar of cold cream and some cigarettes.
Yes, ma'am.
You sure you don't want something for after dinner?
Don't strain your wallet. I pay for it.
Oh, forget about it. Figured as a little coming out present.
After a year in that bird cage, I don't feel like wisecracking about it.
And over at the Adams house.
You don't realize of it, but I shopped in 4 different grocery stores today just to save a penny here, a penny there, and a dime somewhere else.
You figure I don't know why you spend so much time on the food part of it? I mean, you figure whatever you save there is yours.
Oh, yes! I am very underhanded. Sure, I scrimp on the groceries just so I can have some money of my own. $2 or $3 whole dollars a month. But you have a big fat allowance built right in the budget.
Oh, boy, let's...
The Adamses and the Canes are at it again. The gist of their argument so similar that in switching from one house to the other, not a thread is lost. Now, the best way to handle a disagreement is through calm discussion. But as you can see, neither the Adamses nor the Canes are using the best way right now.
I say either,
and I say either,
I say neither,
and I say neither,
either,
either,
neither.
neither. Let's call the whole thing off.
I like
potato. And I like potato. I like tomato. And I like tomato. Potato. Potato. Tomato. Tomato. Let's call the whole thing off. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. So if I like pajamas and you like pajama, I'll wear pajamas and give up pajamas. For we know we need each other, so we better call the calling off. Oh, let's call the whole mess off. I say house. And I say house. I say mouse. And I say mouse. House. House. Mouse. Mouse. Let's call the whole thing off. Oh, I like vanilla. And I like vanilla. I sarsaparilla. And I sarsaparilla. Vanilla. Vanilla. Chocolate. Strawberry. Apricots. Gagootzes. But oh, if we call the whole thing off, then we must part. And oh, if we ever part, then that might break my heart. Now if you go for oysters and I go for oysters, why, I'll order oysters and cancel the oysters. For we know we need each other, so we better call a calling off, oh, babe. Oh, let's call the whole thing off. Let's call the whole thing off.
You will have conflicts with your marriage partner. With two individuals, 2 points of view, it would be impossible not to disagree sometimes, and unrealistic not to learn how to handle marital conflicts. Learning the techniques now is better than learning them later, the hard way.
All right, everybody, give it up for Romeo de la Cruz and Jada Love, please. I want to see all the claps, please. Wasn't that absolutely adorable? So, my friends, I am very sorry to say that was the final performance of the evening. You have been a fantastic audience. I am very grateful and happy to have been able to share this evening with you and to have been able to celebrate with you and to bring everyone together despite all the technical difficulties and all of the hiccups. But I think you were such a fantastic audience and just really rolled with the punches, and I'm so grateful for that. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you so much for supporting. I'm going to unmute everybody and we can all just hang out and chat for as long as you want. I don't care. I'm up all night. So unmuting all, thank you all for coming out tonight. That's our show.